Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I really appreciate you hanging out with me, watching one of my videos. I hope that you're having a great week so far. Today I wanted to do a video sharing an update on the products I picked up during the recent Sephora Vib sale. I did a haul video maybe like a month ago and I've had the chance to test everything out really thoroughly. So I wanted to let you guys know which products I'm loving, which ones I'm not enjoying. I actually split them into 3 categories. So the first category is Love It. These are products that I am just reaching for over and over. I think they have the potential to become staples in my collection, maybe replace some of my other favorites. Then I have Like It. These are products that I do like, but there are 1 or 2 cons, or I don't know that they'll replace products that I'm already using. And then I have Leave It. These are products that I'm just not enjoying. I think I'll actually go in that order for the video too. So let's kick it off with the Love It category. So I did pick up the Natasha Denona Mini Nude palette. This one has actually been on my wish list for a while, and I'm glad that I purchased it because I have been using this palette nonstop. It is perfect for quick and easy everyday looks. It's also nice if you want to do something a little bit more glam and smoky, and the actual quality is great. In the past, when I've tried her mini palettes, which was a long time ago when she first started doing them, I felt like the quality was kind of inconsistent. The mattes were a little bit patchy, the metallics weren't super vibrant, but that's not the case with this one. This one performs just like her other palettes, like the bronze palette, the glam palette, some of my favorites. I'm not wearing it today, obviously, because I am wearing the Natasha Denona Love palette, and then the shimmers on my eyes are actually from a J-Cat Beauty palette that has been so good. It's like an $8 palette that I've been loving. I can't remember the exact name off the top of my head, but I'll link it in the description box below. But anyway, when I am doing like a quick neutral look, the Mini Nude has been perfect, and I think it will be such a good travel palette because it is so small and compact, but you still get everything you want for just an easy neutral eye. I think after trying this one, I will pick up Mini Retro. I was so hesitant to try the mini palettes, but this one really was so good, just like her regular formula, and Mini Retro has been calling my name. So if you've been wanting to try out Natasha Denona, but her other palettes are too expensive, $25 for 5 shadows might be a little bit more realistic. They are small shadows, but chances are if you have a good amount of eyeshadow in your collection, you probably won't hit pan on these anytime soon. I did pick up the Tower 28 Power Duo Lip and Cheek set, and this sold out so fast, but I just checked and it is back in stock. This video is just going up like a day or 2 after I film it, so I think by the time it goes live, this will still be in stock. This was such a great deal in terms of value because you do get a full-sized Tower 28 cream blush and a full-size lip gloss. This set retails for $26, and if you were to purchase them separately, it would be $34. So it is a nice introduction to the brand if you've been wanting to try out these 2 products in particular, as long as both of the shades appeal to you. So first of all, I have tried their lip glosses in the past. These are technically called their Shine On Lip Jellies. I'm actually wearing one today over a lipstick. Today I'm wearing Fearless. In the tube, it looks like a bright purple, but it's just a very sheer color. But I did get the shade Cashew, which is just such a perfect everyday color. Now again, these are very, very sheer, so they're not going to add a ton of pigment to your lips, but they go really nicely on top of lipstick. They feel great on their own. I love them because they're so comfortable for everyday wear. They're not sticky at all. They're so slippery and glossy and shiny. They're not long lasting by any means, but they're just comfortable, and I think they look really pretty on the lips. The Power Hour blush in the shade Beach Please is really pretty. This is a nice multitasking product. Now this color is pretty deep, and it's not a shade that I reach for all the time because I typically prefer like very subtle blush colors on my skin tone, and this one is pretty pigmented. You can sheer it out for sure, so I've been able to get use out of it. I also wear it on the lips, but I do like the formula. It stays in place so well on my oily skin, which has been difficult to find. A lot of cream blushes fade so fast on me, and this has a good amount of pigment. So I am curious to try another shade just because I do tend to wear like lighter, softer colors on my cheeks, but I do enjoy the formula. I have been wearing this one on my lips. Sometimes I'll apply the gloss on top. I've tried it on my eyes. It does crease, but it's kind of like a nice, quick and easy product. If you just want like a multitasking product that's good for your eyes, your cheeks, and your lips, and you're in a hurry and you don't mind a little bit of creasing, you might enjoy this. But I've been enjoying the brand Tower 28 as a whole. I mean, are these the only 2 products I've tried? I think so. I don't think they have like a super extensive product line. So I am curious to try other products from the brand because it really is just such a fun brand. I just get excited when I get to use the products, and I feel like that is the whole point of makeup for me these days. So I'm enjoying these a lot. If you've been looking at this kit, I would recommend it. But I mean, the products themselves aren't super expensive individually. It is one of the more affordable brands at Sephora. I have one more product in the Love It category. I think this is the product that I love the most out of everything that I purchased. It is the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Pink Dream Body Cream. I don't think I've ever loved a body cream as much as I've loved this product. And I have other body creams in my collection in my bathroom that I enjoy, but this is one that I reach for consistently, and that's been my goal lately because there are days where I would apply body cream and then I would skip it and apply it because I told you guys in a recent video, when you apply body cream and it feels wet or sticky, it is the worst feeling when you put your clothes on top because then you just feel like your clothes are sticking to it, it's uncomfortable. And I think that's the reason why I would just skip body cream in the past, but that's not the case with this one. You do have to let it dry for just a second, but it sinks into the skin so quickly. It is so smoothing, so hydrating. It's not sticky at all. It feels luxurious. I feel like when I apply this product that I'm like doing something good for myself. I'm treating myself to something just nice, and I really enjoy using it. It smells really good, but it's not overpowering, and it does have a pretty strong watermelon scent, but it's not like an artificial watermelon scent. And once it dries down, it's just very soft, very light and pleasant, and I think that this product just makes my skin look and feel so smooth and hydrated. Okay, so moving on to the Like It category. These are products that I'm enjoying, and I think they look really nice when I apply them. I don't know that I would call them absolute staples in my collection yet. They have the potential to get there, but there might just be one or two things holding them back, which I will share in my reviews. So the first thing I want to talk about is this new foundation. I'm actually wearing it today. This is by the brand LYS Beauty. It is the Triple Fix Serum Foundation. First of all, the packaging is gorgeous. It comes in this really beautiful glass triangular bottle. This was $22, which was really surprising to me because if I just picked this up, I would think that it was maybe more like high 30s, $40, but LYS Beauty is fairly affordable for Sephora. I think all of the products are under $30, and they don't have a ton of products, but I want to try more. It is a cruelty-free, vegan, Black-owned, clean beauty brand at Sephora. I got the shade LG6. I am wearing it today. It's a pretty close match for me. My neck is so pale right now, especially compared to the rest of my body. So I feel like when you see me in person, this one matches the best, but I do kind of have to blend it down onto my neck just a little bit, but I think it will be perfect for the summertime. So I really like the texture of this foundation. It's very lightweight, really blendable, so easy to apply. I like to apply mine with a brush. It does have a very naturally glowy, radiant finish, and it just looks good. It is a serum foundation, so it's more of a lightweight texture, and I would say that I get a really nice medium coverage finish when I use this. You can't really build it up to be full coverage in my opinion, but if you do want more of a full coverage look, you can just kind of spot conceal. But I like that it is medium coverage because I do have a lot of full coverage foundations in my collection, but I don't have a lot of true medium coverage foundations that I love. The big con for me is that my skin does get pretty oily after I wear it for a while. So it's currently 3 o'clock. I've had it on for like 3 hours at this point, and my skin doesn't really look oily right now. I would say in another 2 hours, it will start to look pretty oily. So typically I'll just kind of blot my skin, touch up with a little bit of powder, and I'm fine for the rest of the day. But I think as we head into summer, I might need something a little bit more mattifying. I do notice that this one also can look a little bit cakey around my nose and around my chin where I'm typically dealing with a little bit of texture. It's not anything too terrible, and again, because it is more of a skin-like finish, I can kind of deal with it because I'm not looking for my skin to look absolutely perfected and completely smooth. But I do think that, I do notice that when I use this product compared to maybe the ColourPop Pretty Fresh foundation. But I am really enjoying it. I've reached for it quite a bit during the month of May, and I will continue to use it. So I'll let you guys know if it becomes an absolute staple for me, but for everyday wear, I have been enjoying it so much. Another product in the Like It category would be the Fenty Beauty Eaze Drop Blurring Skin Tint. I have been enjoying this a lot, especially for everyday wear when I just want very light coverage makeup, and I've been trying to embrace my natural skin a little bit more, embrace the freckles, and use something a little bit lighter. And I'll be honest and say that's still not my favorite look ever. I do prefer more of a medium coverage foundation, but I feel like it is a nice option when I just want to apply something very quickly because I'll just blend this in with my fingers. It does blend out very, very easily whether you're using a brush, a sponge, or your fingers. My favorite way to apply it is just blending it in with my fingers like I would a moisturizer. It does leave my skin looking really smooth. I wouldn't say that my skin is necessarily blurred or that it has a glow to it. I've seen a lot of videos on TikTok, especially where people's skin just looks, or when they use this product, their skin looks very glowy, very smooth. And the more that I watch TikTok, the more that I'm realizing it's a good place for like quick reviews, but it's not my go-to place for like foundation reviews because a lot of people use the beauty filter and you can't actually see their skin. The beauty filter is no joke. I will never use that on my TikTok. I don't use filters on my YouTube videos as well, but I will say I do like it. On me, I mean, my skin looks like skin. It's not perfectly smooth or perfectly even, but it gives me just a light amount of coverage. It has a little bit of a glow to it. I always set mine into place with powder because it's not a product that's very long lasting on my skin. The LYS foundation definitely lasts longer on my skin. My skin gets pretty oily after like 3 hours when I use this. And again, I think heading into summer, there are days where I just want something light and easy. And I think this product is perfect for those days because it doesn't feel like you're wearing anything and it looks like your skin. Like this is truly the most skin-like finish that I've seen in a product. The last product in my like it category is this Melt Cosmetics Digital Dust Duo Blush in the shade Queen Bee. So I don't know, I guess maybe this could go in my love it category. I like it a lot. I just don't know that it's like my #1 blush formula. And the reason I bought this is because I actually do have another shade. I have like the pink mauve toned one, and I really like it. Is this what you would consider like a baked gelée formula? It reminds me a lot of the Wet n Wild Mega Glow highlighters, but I like it better. A lot of powder blushes can be very powdery, so this is a really good alternative if you don't like powdery blushes because it kind of has like this creamy gel texture, but it's not a cream. It blends out really beautifully on the skin. This swatches a lot more intense than it actually applies. Now, I typically use what I would use as like a foundation brush for this product, like a dense brush to apply it because I do want a little bit more pigment than it typically gives. A big like fluffy powder brush isn't going to work with this, but even still, it's not necessarily as rich or intense as you would think, which is why it's kind of in my like it category. It shows up well on my skin tone, and if you have a darker skin tone, you'll have to let us know what your experience is with this product. I think it could make a really beautiful highlighter, but I do think that they're not quite as pigmented as they're advertised. So just keep that in mind if you are purchasing it with the intention of using it as a blush or a bronzer. I love this product for days where I don't want to apply a separate blush, bronzer, and highlighter. For me, it is the perfect all-in-one cheek product because it's going to give you a little bit of dimension, it's going to give you glow, and make you look like you applied all 3 of the products. So I do really, really like this one. I think I like the other duo that I have better, which is like the light pink and the bronzy mauve, but I am enjoying this one, so I think that I'll end up using it quite a bit during the summertime. Okay, let's finish up with my leave it category. You guys, I'm so sad because all of the products in my leave it category are from Kosas, and I was so excited to try these. These are the products that I was most excited about. As soon as I got my box and I filmed my video, these are the products that I used first, but I'm just really not impressed by any of them. So if you guys have tried these products, please let me know how you use them, or please let me know your thoughts in general. I know sometimes there are just brands that aren't going to be my favorite, and maybe they're not geared toward me, my skin type, my preferences, but I don't know. I think that my expectations for the brand were really high, and the products just, they're not hitting those expectations. I think out of everything I purchased, I was most excited to try this. It is the Kosas Sunshell Moisturizing Baked Bronzer. But I don't get the hype surrounding this product. I have wanted this for probably a year. I think they released it last spring or last summer, and I didn't buy it then because I was trying to use up another bronzer in my collection, and I finally bought it this year. I was so excited because I've been all about baked products, but I just feel like it's a very lackluster product. So a few cons. I have the shade Light, which is the lightest, and I feel like it's maybe a little bit too light for me. I definitely think I could use the medium one. So if you have a deeper skin tone than I do, you might want to go up a shade or 2. I feel like it's fine on days where I want very, very natural makeup. Like if I'm using the Fenty Skin Tint, I'll kind of reach for this one because it's not going to make my skin look super bronzed. It just gives like a light dusting of bronzer. But on top of that, I just don't really like how it looks on my skin. It looks dry, it looks lackluster, and I guess my issue with baked products is sometimes they do look dry, but this one claims to be a moisturizing bronzer. I think the whole claim is that it blends out evenly, it looks really smooth on the skin, and I just don't find that to be the case. I'm not wearing it today just because I don't really enjoy wearing it, to be honest with you. I would rather reach for my Milani Baked bronzer over this one, or the Too Faced Chocolate Gold bronzer. I think part of the issue is that it's just lacking pigmentation, so maybe I need a deeper shade, but I just don't like the formula that much. It doesn't look great on my skin. It looks kind of dry, and when I apply bronzer, I've been enjoying like a very glowy look lately, and a lot of people were saying this looks like shimmery or glittery on the skin. That's not the case for me. If anything, it looks so flat on my skin. I'm just disappointed. I really wanted this product to work for me. I was so excited about it. I've wanted it for a year. So for me, it's really not my favorite. I can't imagine that I'll end up loving it. I've even tried using it as like eyeshadow, but the pigmentation just isn't there. So if you have a lighter skin tone and you have trouble finding a bronzer that's light enough for you, you might enjoy it for that purpose. But otherwise, I just feel like there are a lot of great bronzers out there, and unfortunately, I'm just not loving this one. I also picked up this Kosas powder. This one has a very, very long name. Let me actually read it to you so I don't mess it up. It is the Kosas Cloud Set Baked Setting and Smoothing Talc-Free Vegan Powder. It retails for $34, and I got the shade Breezy. Again, I just think I had really high hopes for this product, and I just don't think it looks great on my skin. Now, this is a very, very lightweight, almost like barely noticeable powder. So if you have dry skin and you're looking for something, if you're looking for a powder that doesn't look and feel like a powder, that just feels very lightweight, then you might enjoy this product. But as someone who just typically looks for a powder to do something for my skin, like I either needed to mattify my skin, I needed to make my skin look really smooth and even, or I needed to add a little bit of extra coverage, this really isn't the product for me. It kind of feels like the Hourglass ambient lighting powders, but significantly worse. The Hourglass powder in diffused light is one of my favorites. I typically use it to brighten up under my under eyes or kind of smooth everything together on my face. So I tried using this for that purpose, and it just didn't work. Again, it looks very dry on my skin. It makes my under eyes look very, very dry, which usually isn't the case for me because not like my direct under eyes, but this area is pretty oily, but when I use this, it looks dry. It doesn't set my foundation into place because my skin gets really oily, and I didn't purchase it as a setting powder. I did purchase it with more of the intent to use it as a finishing powder, but I just don't like it. I don't think it does anything for my skin. It doesn't make it look smooth, and it's also very, very powdery. Like when you dip your brush into this product, you're going to get a ton of fallout. So I don't know. I'm not loving it. I think if you want something very lightweight, then you might enjoy it. I would read through the reviews on Sephora's website to see what people are saying and what their skin type is like. But as someone who has oily skin, it's just not my favorite. I don't even like it as a touch-up powder. So I'm kind of disappointed in the Kosas products, but maybe they're just not meant for me, which is okay. The last product in my Leave It category is also from Kosas, and I will say out of the 3 Kosas products, this one has the potential to become something I enjoy using. I feel like I can still get use out of this product even though I don't love it, whereas with the other 2, I might end up decluttering them, especially if I just don't end up, enjoying them over the next few uses. But this is the Kosas Revealer Super Creamy Brightening Concealer and Daytime Eye Cream. I will say I don't love this as an under eye concealer, but I do like it as a spot concealer. It's kind of marketed as an under eye concealer because it says that it has like eye cream properties, but they also say in the description you can use it as a brightening concealer or a spot concealer. So the reason why I don't like it under my eyes is because it does crease a little bit worse than other concealers. It also kind of like gathers around my nose, anywhere where I'm dealing with fine lines or texture. The coverage is okay. It's more of like a medium coverage concealer, and I don't have really dark under eye circles, so that's not a big concern for me personally, but it just doesn't look very smooth. It doesn't necessarily last all day on my skin. What I've been doing with my makeup lately is actually spot concealing, and then I'll go in with foundation or my skin tint and apply that on top, and everything looks a little bit more natural. It doesn't look like I have a lot of areas on my face where I applied a ton of extra product. So I like this for that purpose because it almost feels a little bit more matte than other concealers that I've tried. So that's actually great for the rest of my face that's pretty oily. It's also not a heavy concealer. concealer. It's a little bit more like medium coverage. So I think that's great because if I'm laying foundation on top of a concealer, it doesn't feel too heavy or look too heavy. So I do like this as a spot concealer. I don't know that I would repurchase it as a spot concealer because I also like other concealers I already own for that purpose as well. So I do feel like I can make this one work for me, but I don't like it under the under eyes. It just doesn't look great on my skin. So as a whole, I guess I'm pretty disappointed with my Kosas products, and I'm so sad because I wanted to love the brand for some reason. I don't know why, but I've been so drawn to Kosas. It might be like their packaging, their aesthetic, their claims behind their products, but these products as a whole just didn't really work well for me. And I think sometimes there are like brands out there that just don't work for you depending on your skin type or your preferences. And I think that might be the case with Kosas. And I feel sad about that because I just wanted to try out their products. And when they do release something, I'm always curious about it. But I mean, that's okay. There are so many brands out there, so many products, so I don't need to love everything, but I'm still disappointed because I was so excited about these. I'm not going to declutter them yet, so if you guys have tried these, please let me know if there's a different way you like to use them. I'm always learning from you guys in the comments with different techniques and just the way that you like to apply makeup, which is really interesting. There was a comment recently that actually today, when I was reading through my comments, someone left me a tip. Oh, it was the Milani Cream to Powder Foundation. I said that product didn't work for me as a foundation, and one of you guys said you actually use it as a cream contour. And I thought that was so interesting because a lot of cream contours, cream bronzers don't work for me because they're overly creamy, but that Milani product is almost a little bit more dry on the skin. So then I thought that could actually work for me as like a cream contour or a cream bronzer, and I would have never thought to do that. The shade I got was meant for foundation, so obviously that's not ideal, but it's just interesting to hear how other people use products and what they do to make them work because it might not be something that you would have thought of. Anyway, now I'm just rambling, but thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I do have a get ready with me going up on Saturday where I used a lot of these products. So if you want to see them in action, stay tuned. That one will be up. But otherwise, I would love to know what you guys picked up during the sale, what you're loving, if there were any products that didn't work for you. So let me know in the comments. But I'll see you guys on Thursday with a new video. Bye.